Not only is this flooding a concern here in Louisville, but also across the river in southern Indiana. There is more flooding, more road closures. WDRB's Dalton Godby has the challenges that some first responders are facing over there. Dalton?
Yeah, Fallon, this gives you a great perspective of how significant the flooding is on this side of the river in Indiana. You can see that there's a building almost completely submerged in this area that's typically along the banks here in New Albany, and then the water covering the amphitheater, the stage here at the amphitheater as well. It is not done rising just yet. Underneath the rising Ohio River water is the iconic New Albany Amphitheater. It's become a gathering place for people hoping to see this astonishing flooding.
It's amazing, high, and I'm sorry for people that have flooding damage.
The water covers buildings, roads, parks, and anything else in the way.
We come down here with our bikes and we'll ride up to Jeff, and also we do this quite a bit, and it's different.
Across New Albany, the river level is still rising and approaching 68 feet. It's expected to crest on Wednesday.
You live along the river, you get floods.
Rick Coulter moved to New Albany from New York. He says the flooding here is a spectacle.
I live near the ocean up in New York, and you sit in the beach, you can really appreciate what nature's all about. But this too, you know, it's kind of an amazing thing to see a river come up 40 feet.
Amazing and also frightening. The flood wall in town has kept the water at bay, but further west in New Albany, dozens of roads are closed, like Highway 111, where 3 people had to be rescued on Monday.
Yesterday afternoon, we pulled 2 residents out of a house down towards 7 Mile Lane, and last night we had a medical emergency closer to 2 Mile Lane.
68.5. New Albany Township Fire Chief Tim Franklin and his team, along with help from the city fire department, were able to rescue those who needed it. There is no mandatory evacuation in place, but with the water still creeping up, officials are urging safety.
It's very dangerous. We know that the water is going to go up and it's going to be very difficult, and we just wish that more people would plan ahead and heed the warnings to go ahead and evacuate.
And despite those multiple water rescues here in New Albany, luckily no one has been injured. I want to remind you of a few things that officials are urging folks here on this side of the river, and of course in Kentucky as well. Do not drive through any of the flood waters that you see. That is very dangerous, and that is the reason for several of the water rescues. Also important to mention, Fallon, that officials don't want people driving around the barricades that are placed in the streets. Be careful out there.
Absolutely.